Alright, welcome to Shenandoah National Forest. This is our first day here in the park, and some pretty cool things. The park is basically, we're moving through it from south to north, so it actually feels like we're getting somewhere. And you know, as opposed to pretty much everywhere we've been so far, the park is really pretty flat. I mean, obviously, you know, there's mountains and hills, but they're a lot more gradual and easy than what we've been dealing with in the past. So I'm looking forward to being able to get some miles out of the next couple days. I stayed at Stanimals Hostel last night, and then there was some mix up with the gear, and took us a while to sort that all out. So I kind of got a little bit of late start today, but I still expect to get a reasonable day today, and then I really want to get an early start tomorrow. Highs today in the mid to high 80s. Same thing for tomorrow, but no rain today or tomorrow. Pretty good chance of thunder showers starting on Thursday, Friday, and beyond. So, you know, the days after that, probably thunder showers, you know, with all the high heat and the humidity and whatever. So, you know, we're just having a good time and enjoying the dry weather, even if it is a little bit warm. I don't really mind. So just kind of wanted to say, you know, here we are. Welcome to the park. Everything's going great. I got a resupply last night. Went down to kind of a grocery outlet place and got a few things there, but they didn't really have everything I needed, so I went over to Kroger's and did a little more shopping there. And needless to say, because I'm always hungry these days, because the hiker hunger is definitely in full effect. I was hungry when I was shopping, and so my pack weighs more than it's ever weighed before, because I definitely have more food than I've ever carried before. And that may not all be necessary, because here in the park there's, you know, some set up camping areas where there's a lot of tourist camping, you know, and they have little snack bars, I understand, and things like that. So maybe an opportunity to just kind of eat from place to place, but that's all right, because I'll just eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then I'll have snacks in between at the snack bars, because right now with the hiker hunger, I am just, you know, totally hungry all the time. There's just no overcoming it, and no matter how much I eat, it seems like I'm ready for more. So, and then the flip side of that is, if I try, you know, if I don't eat, my body kind of shuts down and says, oh, well, then I'm not hiking. So I got to keep putting food in it these days. I think a lot of that is I've pretty much run out of stored energy in my body. There was a bathroom scale at the hostel, jumped on that. Looks like I've lost about 25 pounds ish. I mean, give or take, however close that bathroom scale is, but somewhere in that ballpark. And that's causing a few problems, one of which is that my waist strap on my pack is tightened down all the way, and it's still not tight enough. So I'm trying to figure that out. I've talked to a bunch of different people that have the same pack. A lot of them are saying that they have the same problem, so not really sure what I can do about it at this point. It's a lot less of a problem when my pack is lighter. When it's as heavy as it is right now, yeah, you know, that kind of compounds the issue, because it, you know, more strain on that waist belt. So one thing I can do is just try to keep my pack a little lighter, but that's hard to do when you're, you know, you need to put a lot of calories in your body every day, and you know, resupply isn't every day, it's every 3 or 4 days, so sometimes you just got to carry some extra weight for a day or two. And then the other problem that it's causing is, you know, just that is it's hard to get the miles, because if you're not constantly putting food in your body, then it just starts to shut down, and you start moving really slow, and, you know, you just start getting muscle fatigue and aches and pains, and your body just says, I really don't want to go, because you haven't given me no energy. So that's something I have to deal with right now. I've changed a couple things, about my diet. Tried to get some more protein and especially a lot more calories, a lot more fat calories in there to try to overcome that. And then the other thing that I've kind of working on is, can I get started earlier in the day? Obviously today with the gear mix-up, that kind of really messed everything up, but my intention is to get earlier starts in the day in the future here, and the way I want to do that is switch to cold breakfast, so I'm not messing around as long in the morning trying to cook a hot breakfast. And then, because it does get so hot during the middle of the day, I figure that I can just kind of switch it up and maybe take a longer lunch break during the hot period of the day. But all in all, with the intent of getting more calories in there, and so I think I can sustain breakfast calories cold, and then by adding more of a even if it's not cooked, adding to my regular sandwich over lunchtime and the snacks that I eat, add some ramen soup to that. That'll throw in an extra 400 or so calories. That'll get me a couple more miles every day. So I'm just changing some things up, trying to figure out how to, give my body the nutrition that it needs, and trying to figure out, how to maximize what I'm doing here. So I want to push and get more miles, but it's really been hard. I think part of it is, just what they call the Virginia blues. It seems like I've been hiking for a while now, and yet, we're over a third, but still not even to the halfway point. So just kind of that feeling of, man, this is really going to be a long haul. But I think once I get to the halfway point and I can start counting down the miles instead of up, I think that's really going to help. I think that will, so I'm looking forward to that. We're not real far from that. We're getting into range of Harper's Ferry, and I'm pretty excited about that. I really, can't wait to get there, and I think for me, that's kind of the changing point of no longer, counting up, but now starting to tick off and count down to the point where, every mile that you do really does feel like a mile closer. And I mean, that all sounds silly because, of course, all of that's true all along, but just mentally and emotionally, that's not really the way that you count or react to the miles in the beginning here. It just doesn't feel like you're getting this. You're not getting anywhere. You're still not to that halfway point yet. So I'm looking forward to that, and I think that will really emotionally change things a little bit. I definitely didn't get the Virginia blues as bad as some of the people I ran into. Just ran into another guy yesterday at the hostel that he was done. He just cashed in his chips, and he said, look, since the minute I left the trail, I haven't regretted it 1 second. And I couldn't understand that exactly, but that's where he was at, and so it's still happening. People are still, kind of getting to that empty part, and I think they'll come to regret it later, but you do what you can to try to motivate them and keep them going, but they make their own decisions. So for right now, I'm still really motivated, excited, just kind of looking forward to getting here through the Shenandoah forest and see what happens next. I love you all. I miss you really a lot, and I'll talk to you later.